Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything, and slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English as exploring our world. It's 1955, a time of sleek airplanes and dreams of flight. Imagine a plane taking off. It vanishes from radar, gone without a trace. Decades later, the plane returns. It lands as if nothing happened. Get ready for a story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about time and reality. This isn't just a story, it's a legend whispered in hushed tones. On July 2, 1955, Pan Am Flight 914 prepared for a routine flight. The destination, sunny Miami. Passengers boarded, excited for their vacations. The plane, a Douglas DC-4, taxied down the runway and took off into the blue sky. It was supposed to be a short flight, a hop from New York to Florida, but then something went terribly wrong. Mid-flight, Pan Am Flight 914 disappeared from radar. Air traffic control tried to contact the pilots, but there was no response. The plane had vanished, or so everyone thought. High above the Atlantic Ocean, Pan Am Flight 914 cruised toward Miami. The passengers settled into their flights, some reading, others dozing off. Captain John Franklin, a seasoned pilot, monitored the instruments. His co-pilot, Tom Fisher, made notes on the flight plan. As the sun began to set, the radio crackled to life. Captain Franklin responded, acknowledging the message. Then, without warning, the radio went silent. Something was wrong. March 9, 1985. The Caracas International Airport in Venezuela buzzed with activity. Suddenly, a blip appeared on the radar, an unidentified aircraft approaching the airport. The controllers were baffled. They tried to contact the pilot, but their calls were met with silence. As the plane drew closer, the air traffic controllers could hardly believe their eyes. It was a Douglas DC-4, an aircraft that had been out of service for decades. What would they find when this mysterious aircraft came to a stop? The wheels of the Douglas DC-4 screeched against the tarmac, bringing the aircraft to a halt. Immediately, airport security and ground crew swarmed the plane. Inside the cabin, the passengers and crew of what appeared to be Pan Am Flight 914 were just as bewildered. They had no idea where they were or how they had gotten there. The last thing they remembered was being high above the Atlantic Ocean, on their way to Miami. As the door of the aircraft opened, the first officer emerged, his eyes wide with confusion. The tension on the tarmac was palpable, a blend of fear, excitement, and disbelief. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 didn't surface in a reputable news outlet or a respected scientific journal. No, its origin was far more sensational, far more outlandish. The tale of the time-traveling plane first took flight in the pages of the Weekly World News. For those unfamiliar, the Weekly World News wasn't known for its hard-hitting journalism or commitment to accuracy. This tabloid thrived on the bizarre, the unbelievable, the downright weird. It was a place where aliens rubbed elbows with Bigfoot, where Elvis sightings were commonplace. The Weekly World News, with its grainy photos and larger-than-life headlines, was a fixture at supermarket checkout lines. It was a world where fact and fiction blurred, where entertainment trumped truth. The Weekly World News had a knack for crafting headlines that were impossible to ignore. They were bold, brash, and often bordered on the absurd. The tabloid's writers were masters of hyperbole, spinning yarns that were long on entertainment and short on factual accuracy. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 fit perfectly into the Weekly World News's wheelhouse. It had all the elements of a classic tabloid tale: mystery, intrigue, and a healthy dose of the unbelievable. It was a story tailor-made to capture the imagination and fuel countless late-night conversations. The Weekly World News never let facts get in the way of a good story. The truth, they reasoned, was often stranger than fiction. Despite its dubious origins, the story of Pan Am Flight 914 resonated with readers. It tapped into a primal fascination with the unknown, the possibility of time travel, and the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. The story spread like wildfire, jumping from the pages of the tabloid to conversations around water coolers and dinner tables. The Weekly World News, capitalizing on the public's appetite for the bizarre, milked the story for all it was worth. They published follow-up articles, interviews with experts, and even grainy photos that purportedly showed the plane and its bewildered passengers. The internet, with its ability to disseminate information at lightning speed, breathed new life into the legend of Pan Am Flight 914. Websites and forums dedicated to the paranormal and unexplained phenomena featured the story prominently. The tale found a new audience among those who were eager to believe in the impossible. The story of Pan Am Flight 914, with its captivating blend of mystery and time travel, seems almost plausible at first glance. But a closer look at official records reveals a glaring inconsistency. There's no trace of Pan Am Flight 914 ever existing. Aviation authorities meticulously document every flight, every takeoff, every landing, and every incident. Yet a search for Pan Am Flight 914 in these extensive databases yields nothing. The absence of any record of Pan Am Flight 914 taking off from New York on July 2, 1955, or any other date for that matter, is a major red flag. Airlines keep meticulous logs of their flights, including passenger manifests, cargo details, and fuel consumption. The lack of any such documentation for Flight 914 strongly suggests that the flight never happened. The silence of these official records speaks volumes, casting serious doubt on the veracity of the Pan Am Flight 914 legend. Pan American World Airways, once a giant in the aviation industry, had a vested interest in maintaining accurate records of its operations. Safety, reliability, and efficiency were paramount to the airline's success. The disappearance of a plane, especially one that remained unaccounted for, would have been a major blow to Pan Am's reputation and a cause for extensive investigation. However, when contacted about the alleged Flight 914 incident, Pan Am officials were baffled. Their archives contain no record of a Flight 914 disappearing in 1955 or any other year. The lack of any internal records or even a hint of recognition from Pan Am further weakens the credibility of the Flight 914 legend. It's highly improbable that a major airline could simply misplace or forget about a missing aircraft. The airline's silence on the matter speaks louder than any tabloid headline. The Weekly World News, in its quest to make the Pan Am Flight 914 story more convincing, often accompanied its articles with grainy photographs. These images, presented as evidence of the plane's existence and its miraculous reappearance, were often cited as proof by those who believed the story. However, a closer examination of these photos reveals a different story, one of deception and manipulation. Many of the photos used to illustrate the Flight 914 story were, in fact, stock images, readily available for purchase and use by anyone. These generic images, often depicting airplanes from the correct era, were carefully chosen to fit the narrative, creating an illusion of authenticity. The Weekly World News, known for its creative use of photo editing, didn't shy away from altering images to fit their stories. Grainy photos of airplanes could be easily manipulated to remove identifying marks, or to make them appear older or more mysterious. The use of stock images and manipulated photographs further undermines the credibility of the Pan Am Flight 914 story. The legend of Pan Am Flight 914, despite its lack of evidence and its origins in a tabloid known for its outlandish claims, continues to circulate. However, aviation experts, historians, and scientists have consistently debunked the story, citing its numerous inconsistencies, its lack of supporting evidence, and its violation of the laws of physics. Aviation experts point out that the Douglas DC-4, the type of aircraft supposedly involved in the Flight 914 incident, had a limited fuel capacity. It's simply impossible for a plane of that era to stay airborne for 37 years without refueling. Historians note that the political and social climate of the Cold War era would have made the alleged disappearance and reappearance of a Pan Am flight a major international incident. The disappearance of an American aircraft during that time would have sparked a massive search and rescue effort. Scientists emphasize that there's no scientific basis for such a phenomenon. While the concept of time travel makes for compelling science fiction, it remains firmly in the realm of fantasy. The Pan Am Flight 914 legend speaks to a deeper human desire for the unknown, for the impossible. Time travel captivates us, allowing us to imagine bending the boundaries of time and space. It taps into our curiosity about the past and the future. We wonder about the lives of those who came before us and the events that shaped our world. Similarly, we ponder about the future and the fate of humanity. Time travel offers a tantalizing glimpse into these unknown realms. It provides a canvas for our imaginations to run wild. The legend of Pan Am Flight 914 has had a lasting impact on popular culture, inspiring countless books, movies, and TV shows. One notable example is the TV series Manifest, which follows a commercial airliner that disappears and reappears 5 years later. Beyond Manifest, the story has inspired many other creative works. Its appeal lies in our fascination with the unexplained and time travel. The legend has become a shared cultural touchstone, passed down and reinterpreted. Its legacy is a testament to the power of storytelling and the allure of the unknown. The story of Pan Am Flight 914, despite being debunked, continues to fascinate people worldwide. Its persistence speaks to the power of a good story, tapping into our deepest fears and fascination with the unknown. Like all good myths, it has been reshaped over time, each retelling adding new details. The legend thrives in the shadowy corners of the internet, where misinformation often outpaces facts. It taps into a fundamental human desire, the longing for a world beyond our understanding. The story offers a temporary escape from mundane realities, allowing us to indulge in a world where anything is possible. We may never truly understand what compels us to believe in stories like that of Pan Am Flight 914. Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown, the possibility that something truly extraordinary could occur. Or maybe it's the inherent human need to believe in something bigger than ourselves. Whatever the explanation, there's no denying the powerful hold that such stories have on our imaginations. In an age of instant information and digital manipulation, it's becoming increasingly difficult to discern fact from fiction. The lines between reality and fabrication are constantly being blurred, making it more important than ever to approach information with a healthy dose of skepticism. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that not everything we read or hear is true, even if it's presented with conviction and seemingly compelling evidence. It's crucial to question our sources, to seek out multiple perspectives, and to be wary of information that confirms our biases without critical examination. However, while it's important to be discerning consumers of information, it's also essential to recognize the power and importance of storytelling. Stories, even those rooted in fiction, can teach us valuable lessons, broaden our horizons, and connect us to something larger than ourselves. The challenge lies in finding a balance between skepticism and open-mindedness, between critical thinking and a willingness to embrace the unknown. It's about approaching the world with both curiosity and discernment, recognizing that truth can often be found in the most unexpected places. The legend of Pan Am Flight 914 may be just that, a legend, but the fascination it continues to inspire speaks to something deeply ingrained in the human psyche. We are by nature curious creatures, drawn to the unexplained, the mysterious, the seemingly impossible. And while the pursuit of these mysteries may not always lead to concrete answers, it's the journey itself, the thrill of the chase, the expansion of our understanding that truly enriches our lives. The world is vast and full of wonders, many of which may forever remain beyond our grasp. But that doesn't mean we should stop searching. The story of Pan Am Flight 914, though ultimately a fabrication, serves as a reminder that the line between fact and fiction can be blurry, and that sometimes the most compelling stories are those that challenge our perceptions of reality. It's a story that encourages us to question, to explore, and to never lose our sense of wonder. So, let the legend of Pan Am Flight 914 serve as a springboard for your own explorations into the unknown. Embrace the mysteries that pique your curiosity, delve into the stories that capture your imagination, and never stop questioning the world around you. For it is in the pursuit of the extraordinary that we truly discover the magic of the human experience.